Okay, so we're going to do the problem that you were working on in class today. In this problem, the amplitude is 4. It's the first number in the equation. Since amplitude is a distance, it's always positive. Next is the period. That comes from b. To find the period, you take 2 pi over b. So in this case, that's going to be 2 pi over 2, which is pi. Phase shift, you're looking for where x plus pi over 3, well, that's for the new start, is equal to 0. So that gives you negative pi over 3 for your start. So that means that we are going to be going to the left pi over 3 when we draw the graph. The vertical translation comes from the number at the end, so it's going to be up 5. So now to calculate the key points, the first thing we do is we take our period, which we already computed to be pi. Then we find our interval, which is your period times 1/4, which is pi over pi times a fourth. So that's pi over 4. Okay. So that is what we are going to be adding each time. Then we've already found our start. Again, we did x plus pi over 3, see where that equals 0, and so then x is negative pi over 3. So then we find our key points. We take our start plus our interval. And remember, we are going to be graphing our start. So negative pi over 3 plus pi over 4. But we need a common denominator to add those. So it's going to be negative 4 pi over 12 plus 3 pi over 12. And that gives us negative pi over 12. So we're going to be adding our interval each time. So you take negative pi over 12 and you add 3 pi over 12. So that gives us 2 pi over 12, which is pi over 6. So we're just going to keep adding that 3 pi over 12. And I'm going to be adding it to the one with the common denominator. So the next one would be 5 pi over 12. And then add 3 pi over 12. That gives me 8 pi over 12, which reduces to 2 pi over 3. And then adding 3 pi over 12, I get 11 pi over 12. 3 pi over 12 more is 14 pi over 12, which reduces to 7 pi over 6. Add 3 pi over 12 more, that gives me 17 pi over 12. 3 pi over 12 more gives me 20 pi over 12, which reduces to 5 pi over 3. So that I have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 key points in addition to my start. So now I can graph it. I see that I have 2 negatives before I switch to positives, so I want to make sure I give myself room to do that. So I'm going to put negative pi over 12 here. Pi over 6 is twice that, so I'm going to put that there. So this is my interval length here. All right, and I'm going to put my new x-axis, or sorry, new y-axis at negative pi over 3. And then I just need to go to the right 6 more. And I fill in my coordinates on the x-axis from the key points I calculated a minute ago. All right, now this one has a vertical translation of up 5 and an amplitude of 4. So I'm going to need a total of 9. So 5 would be right here, and that's where I'm going to draw my new middle, because that's my vertical translation. The amplitude is 4, so my maximums are at 9, and my minimums are at 1, because 5 plus 4 is 9, 5 minus 4 is 1. Now we can go ahead and graph this. This is a negative cosine graph, so it's going to start here on the new y-axis at the minimum, which is 1. My next key point is negative 12, so I'm going to be at the middle there. Whoops. All right, then I go to a maximum. Now I don't have any points on the real y-axis because 0 was not a key point. So my next key point was pi over 6, so I put a dot at the maximum. Go back to the middle, down to the minimum, middle, maximum, middle, minimum, and draw our cosine curve. Let's fix that one. So that is the answer to last night's, or to the problem you worked on in class today.